Good morning. It's 5:24 a.m. here in Sydney. Yeah, I think we were due to start this match a bit more than 20 minutes ago. This is a rerun of TwelveTeen versus Fumitoks. We're trying to get started. Um, I believe maybe winter time kicked in, and TwelveTeen actually thought this match was going to start um, in an hour later than the agreed time. So yeah, I hope this goes ahead this time. I literally was nearly about to call off the stream. So yeah, uh, yeah. Let's hope they just go ahead peacefully. Here we go. Okay, we are away. Yeah, last time there was also an issue where there was a delay due to technical issues, and this match didn't go ahead. So we are actually on. I had just turned on my work laptop and I was about to get going with some work, um, but I will stream this now. So okay, wow, I've never seen this before. So D4 and now G6, like avoiding the capture here. Looks as if this was something prepared. Um, okay. Um, yep. So let me just readjust my room a bit. I'm just going to move my work laptop down for a second. Okay. So this is TwelveTeen's last match for the Crazy House World Championship candidates. And he's played very well, scoring 7 out of 9 so far, but we've also got GSVC and Oppelwesen who have scored higher. So Oppelwesen already finishing with 9.5 out of 10, and GSVC performing very strongly as well with, well, I think it's 8.5 out of 10 he finished with. So yeah, if TwelveTeen wins, he'll be coming third place with 8 out of 10, which is like, 8 out of 10 feels like it should be good enough to win. But anyway, enough about the current standings. This is a very interesting opening here. 12-teen's had a serious think about it. White's kind of stuck behind this pawn on d2, and 12-teen is being quite stubborn in not relinquishing this this awkward position that White's got. He could take this. This is interesting. Play knight at c5, or he could just play c5. But then knight b5 would not be good. He's burnt a lot of time on the clock. We're not even at move 10 here. He has chosen c5. I'm surprised, because knight b5 allows knight d6. It seems like he was that determined to keep this back. You can't go knight e7. You're going to get busted with knight e7, knight d6. Well, maybe he has to play knight e7 to defend g6, because then queen takes g6 is coming on. I nearly felt maybe he should just allow the capture and then play knight f6 and give a piece back, and the game goes on. Okay, he's gone king f8. So now c3. This is smart play from Fumitoks, because now he's still threatening to win d4, but trying to get black to capture here. I would even consider knight d6 here if I was white. Just keep up with the strategic play. Um, there may be some kind of knight takes e5 if you bring the knight into d6. Okay, Fumitoks decides against it. That's interesting. It feels a little bit cat and mouse here. Okay, now he does come out knight f6. And isn't that interesting? It's not recaptured immediately. Wow, he's not even gonna move the queen. This is really interesting stuff. Yeah, these guys aren't mucking around. There's some serious thought. I didn't think that was necessary. Um, I figure he just didn't want to lose tempo with the knight at f4. He's just trying to maintain aggression, but yeah, I can't even call what's going on here. This game is so unusual. Very interesting clash of styles. Okay. Is putting another pawn? No, he's got to be careful of queen takes f3 here. Has he stretched this too far for Fumitoks? Yeah, this one's right. Someone's calling sharp theory here. Okay, this is wise. You can't take this because of bishop at e5. You've got to take this way. So Fumitoks holds off the attack momentarily. 12-teen with 8 seconds. He might even play bishop at h1. Or is it knight at f4 maybe? Wow, pawn at g2, knight at g3. You can't take here. Knight at f4. Oh, okay. He's gonna cover f4 this way. Okay, knight at f4, threatening knight takes h3, forcing the king to come up, then knight back to f4. So he might need pawn at e3. Well, he's looking at pawn at e7. That doesn't quite go. These guys are playing so sharp. Seriously. Oh, he's allowing the queen. Okay, rook at h4. Okay, he's defended g2 instead. Alright, 12-teen. He's gobbling up pieces. 12-teen's got the upper hand here. My goodness. Alright, he's got to make the queen, doesn't he? Okay, he's trying to... Because I just can't even call this match. It's so hard to call. Was knight takes h3 not on? Oh my gosh, both are so low on time. Alright, he should grab the knight. Okay, they both got 10 seconds again. This is like... This is the first match and the first game. What? No, that's too dangerous. Now he's busted, I think. Queen at g2, knight f4. Can he afford the loss of 2 queens? Rook here, queen here, rook here. Oh, queen takes f3, knight at c2. Yes, he should do it. He's just seen it. Rook at g2, queen at f5, rook at d3, queen f3, knight at c2. I know, my man. Wow. Okay. That was only the first game, guys. That was insane from a opening point of view, from a middle game point of view. Like neither of them were budging. Um, yeah, I'm really glad to see these two play. Um, yeah, again, if you like what you're seeing, you can donate directly to the candidates. The Candidates Appreciation Fund is still open. There's just a little bit left to go. It would be fantastic to make the full target of $1,111. We're at pretty much $1,070, so very close to making that target. And look what these guys have put on today. That's just a fascinating crazy house. 12-10 coming up with the goods there, but I thought Fumitoks had the upper hand in the opening. Um, yeah, I just don't know if he had to give up his queen and go down such a line, but he did so well to hold on to some initiative when it looked like 12-10 was pulling away much easier. Alright, bishop g5 is played. Slim MG, welcome to the chat. Okay, we got queen d7 here. So it's looking to get knight f5. So 12-10, looking to make some space. I thought maybe pawn would stay there, but he's expanding on the queen side, keeping the rest a little bit blocked. Okay, he's coming out this way. It's all creative stuff. I kind of like white a little bit better here. I'm wondering if he's thinking takes and bishop at g5 to try to open up this file. I mean, black's kind of okay in the center, but yeah, if white can maybe break with f5's not that easy to get in. Yeah, I nearly feel like maybe even this bishop goes back. Nah. Yeah, there's no clear breakthrough for anyone just yet, but white just seems to have a bit more space. The king is safe from a lot of things. I mean, if the trades come off, it's white that gets to punch a hole in black's position. Alright, Steve Heyman, 100 bits. Thanks for the support, Steve Heyman. Okay, h5. Bishop at h4 makes sense. Just stop this parade from marching forward. You've got to be careful with black, because if knight f5, knight at c5, d5 is weak. Okay, bishop at f4. I think this is really interesting for two players that are most well known for creative and attacking flair. Um, we're seeing very strategic games which always, you know, could just be on the verge of breaking out into high activity. Says and Mo Hacks says thank you for the awesome stream, John Lee. No worries. I kid you not, I was a minute from calling off this stream. I I, I think TwelveTeen was just late because he thought it was going to start an hour later, due to time differences. So glad to be here. Okay, Fumitoks stacking up his bishops. Yeah, knight at b4. Can he just? No, he's being very resourceful here. TwelveTeen, queen a3. Because you want to play knight takes g6 to play bishop at d7, but not give the king the f7 square. He's parted with one knight, but he's going to regain a piece here. TwelveTeen just kind of shuffling around, keeping his king safe, but now knight at c2. The queen should be moved here, possibly. No. Fumitoks dangerously low on time. I think TwelveTeen's going to get him with some pressure. Queen b6, takes, queen at c6, king up. Okay, he's going with the bishop first. Yeah, there's some cracks showing here. This bishop doing a nice job defending. I think he should just take material. So white's just up a queen now. Yeah. TwelveTeen should find a solid way home from here. Bishop at g5, yes. Coming with queen g6. You're also undermining the back. It's just good, solid play. Okay, rook at e8 to finish. Okay, 2-0. 2-0 TwelveTeen. Okay, we've got e4 d5. This has been popular recently. I agree with queen e2. Okay. a6, I believe, is good to prevent knight b5. But you can probably play d4 or knight f3 as well. I mean, I have seen knight b5 played. I'm not sure it's worthwhile investing 2 moves into that knight so early. Okay, knight c. Now maybe knight b5. It's just annoying. Knight b5, queen d7. Is there some kind of theoretical trick here? You could play knight e5, knight takes e5, queen takes, making pawn at d6. There's nothing special for white. I don't see anything just yet. So Fumitoks going for pawn at g5. Okay, so the idea here is queen takes d5 is now a threat because of knight takes here. So you can't play pawn at d6, you can't play pawn at f6. Knight at b4, hitting this one, also defending the knight. Knight at a3. Okay. So looking for a target here maybe. Okay, pawn at f6. Queen g3. This knight and this knight become targets if you can't address it. This is a good spot for the queen, because now white's threatening pawn at g7, but is also still eyeing things here. Pawn at f4. I think that's reasonable from black. He's got to keep hitting the queen to dislodge the queen from its useful square. Pawn at g7 may be getting considered, but not really viable. I agree with queen b3. This is nice. We're seeing nice creative openings. So e5. Bishop c4. So renewing the threat here. With this knight takes c7 idea. I don't know if black maybe needs to play king d8. And then c3 is also coming at some stage. I like white here. And I think it's the position Fumitoks is comfortable in. It's a little bit off the well-trodden path, and there's some potential to steal some pieces with tactics, despite things looking a little bit unorthodox. Okay, he's gone c6. I think Fumitoks is looking at queen takes d5. He's probably not even thinking about anything else. Takes knight at c7 and knight takes a8. It looks like white has all the initiative. Maybe he's trying to use a bit of restraint, but if you're not playing that, you're backing your knight off here. You could go knight at e4. Okay, he's going to play pawn at e4. Decided against queen takes d5. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I thought he'd go for it, but maybe he's just trying to contain some pressure. Queen takes looks appropriate. Yep. If takes, you play knight at c7. King here takes. So knight at d4, threatening e2, which will make this a live threat. So you could castle here, potentially, or play knight at c3. Okay, he grabs the knight though. So now c2 is falling. I was considering maybe castles, but okay, it's gonna go down a sharp path. I think TwelveTeen has it though. That's just probably a miss from Fumitoks. 12-10 just a little bit sharper, it seems. I mean, castles had its issues as well with like maybe something like f3. Okay, Fumitoks being fearless, he's going to allow the knight to c2. I think king d1 is necessary. So now, yeah, if black can be resourceful, make white play f3 or consume a rook here. I don't think white can play f3 because of knight at f2. Okay, but he needed to get white to spend a rook. Now king e8, because before you had rook at d8 and knight d5. That's why bishop at g4 was played. Okay, the check should be too much here. Pawn at d3 wins the bishop with check. Knight at c2. Okay. 12-teen's got this one in the bag. b5 check. Yeah, this works too. Okay, 12-teen goes up. Alright, rook at a6 was made in one. Okay. Oh, what is he trying to ask him to resign? Okay. 3-0. 12-teen's ahead. Okay, bishop e3, interesting. Alright. I've not played this myself, I've not seen it. I normally play c3. But sometimes this bishop just doesn't have a good place to go in this kind of setup. Okay, so an early sack, looking at 2 pawns for the piece. If you took with the bishop, there was pawn at e4 to deal with. I think queen e2 is just sensible. Okay, he chooses d2. Yeah, I think if you just castle, you've got to be mindful of something maybe happening eventually with e5 and pawn at f3. So you can put a knight on e5 yourself, but then you're going to get knocked around. So you got to foresee if you're going to sack on f7, and if it works, knight at g5, king e7. I just have a feeling that's where he was thinking. Okay, so he's made black consume a pawn first. Gone for this fork. But this can be taken. You'd recapture with the queen, I suppose. Takes. Knight takes. Alright. Is he going to take here first? Or else he just loses the bishop. Could be thinking queen d6, knight at h4, but I think bishop at c6 would be good for white. I agree with recapturing with the queen. Knight at b8. Queen here. Bishop at c5. This is a nice continuation from 12-teen. He's found a way to make something decisive happen quite quickly. Yeah, maybe queen a5. Um, these guys make it look easy, but like a lot of respect, to 12-teen for actually strategically maneuvering very nicely and very cleanly. Um, this knight at e5, making black put the pawn here, knight c6 is a really nice, clean, clear strategic idea. And yeah, white just stands better here. It's like black should have been safe from that opening, I thought, but yeah, maybe instead of pawn at f6, bishop d6 was just a little more resourceful. So queen at c6, looking at queen takes c3. So trying to hold on to some material, hold on to some initiative, not allow queen takes c3. That's what knight at c5 is about. If takes, then I guess rook at b8. There could be some bishop at b5 ideas. Yeah, castles is pretty straightforward here. I mean, maybe he's considering rook at b8, but I don't think white has to risk anything here. Now rook at b8 is really solid. Pawn at b7 is quite natural. All class 12-teen, all class takes, knight at b7. That's game over. Takes, king takes, queen at e8, king takes, queen at d8, mate. Here he's going where if you block with the rook, there's rook at b8. All nice ways to win. Wow, 12-teen, 4-0. Just class. Fumitoks is playing some very nice crazy house as well, and it's just that narrow edge where 12-teen is finding something. Okay, pawn at e5. He shifts. So I like the feel of knight takes d5 takes and knight at f4. Queen goes somewhere and then maybe d4. Oh, we're just losing that pawn. The queen e4 here, also nice. He's getting... Fumitoks is getting what he wants. D takes c3, you get a very solid center, you get protection on b4 and d4 from any entry points. The bishop has natural development. Last Gallagher, welcome to the chat. Okay, so 12-teen looking to pick up this pawn. He had a good think about it. Knight at d4 makes sense. I like this move. Okay, he's going to part with the queen for 2 pieces. G takes f3. And black's only got knights. And a lack of options, it seems. Queen e3 makes sense. I like white here. I feel like Fumitoks is good enough to win it. I feel like he's only going to get himself in trouble if he overextends with something like pawn at d5 trying to attack when he shouldn't. I think this is a good sensible move. Just hold back. So knight at h4. 12-teen's got to do something. Knight at d4 might be the threat. So if you put a pawn on d4, that covers e5. It stops knight at d4. It hits e5, and then pawn at g2 opens up, I suppose. You could play pawn at g2 to cover up, though it does look a little bit passive. I think, yeah, pawn at d4 allows some counterplay. I like pawn at g2. And get bishop out on e3. Yeah. Get some development going. There's 2 knights here which are kind of loose. I'm looking for this queen to somehow steal one of these knights at one stage. You know, at the moment there's no tactics, but sometimes there's a nasty queen at a4 trick that can happen if these knights vacate their positions. Alright, a6. Is it bishop e3? Okay, bishop f4. Fumitoks just playing positionally here, just trying to fortify this one. Knight g6, bishop g3. If you put another knight on that, then you go to f4. Rook d1. Boy, castles. I don't know about castles. I don't feel it's horribly bad immediately. It just feels like you're gonna give black a little more potential to sneak something in. You give black something to play for. With the king in the middle, there wasn't much white could play for. I mean, there wasn't much black could play for. The white king, I felt, was safer on the king side. But that's just a strategic point. It's also about the tactics here. Queen at a3. You have to play b6. Queen e1. Okay, time is ticking. He's got to go. That was nice, but he's now mobilized here. Ooh. I mean, are you even thinking like b4? Okay, he's pointing at c7. Fumitoks with the time pressure, pushing on 12-teen. He's consider queen e6, e6. Oh, okay. That's fine. Queen at a1, king d2. He's gonna run out of time, I think. Yeah, Fumitoks is played well enough to win here. Knight at f6. Looks like it should take it, but not quite. Maybe knight c7. TwelveTeen pulling out all stops to defend here. Yeah, Fumitoks will know what he's doing. Takes is good. Alright, he's got to look out for knight at c4. Does it go anywhere? I think you can just take this. Rook d8 check doesn't quite work, so bishop g4 also defend. No, hang on. This is tough for black. Okay, he ran out of steam. Fumitoks took a win. Well played. So I've been seeing this knight come to e2 more recently. Probably has a bit more utility on g3. So we saw something with bishop g5 here before. Fumitoks expanding on the queen side. Yeah, this knight kind of doesn't have a nice square to go at the moment, so that makes sense. You can go to a4 to jump into c5, but knight g6 looks natural. Look at undermining white's center. And you don't even have to. You can just play bishop e7, get to castling. Knight d2, knight f3. I wonder if he decides to capture here. No. Just gonna play solid. Knight f3, f6 is also a solid continuation. Okay, knight takes e5. Bishop d4, f6. f6 could make sense. No, he's using a bishop, but is he going to run into knight at c6? What's he going to do? Give up the queen? That doesn't look that... Doesn't look that good. Yeah, he's doing it. But takes, you probably have to take this way. Oh, I just thought... Yeah, there's no pawn in hand, but I thought pawn at e7. So yeah, black's safe. No, this is a game. There's a bit to play for here. Bishop at e7, so not... I mean, white doesn't achieve a huge deal with winning a rook. Black's got now some time to put these pieces on. Yeah, Baku's, thanks for posting in the chat. Let me bring that up. That deserves to go up here. Sorry, just for a brief moment. So the bishop took b4, knight at h4. That was a point of bishop at f6 to allow the h4 square for the knight. That's a clear penetration point for black. Full credits to Baku's for putting this poster together. Have a look at this. There you go. So that's Opperwesen on the left. That's myself. To be honest, I've actually not been too familiar with what Opperwesen looks like before I saw this poster. But they're the details. Crazy House World Championship, Opperwesen versus Janli, November 10th, 17th, 24th at 6 p.m. GMT. You can catch it on a live stream from my channel here on Twitch. I will not be commentating during the match. I'll be heavily focused. But given that my channel is a key avenue for traffic, I'm making the match available via live stream. So really looking forward to that. I got my work cut out for me with Opperwesen. I mean, most importantly, I think I just need to get a whole lot of sleep. Beyond that, it's a bit more practice and then also a bit of preparation. Yeah, I didn't play too well in the Crazy House, the Elite Crazy House Arena 24 hours ago. So that's a bit of a kick in the pants, bit of a wake-up call to take preparation seriously. Yeah, gotta get through a few work issues as well. There's some work I gotta wrap up after I get off this stream. Okay, so TwelveTeen has parted with the queen here. He wants to open up the diagonal. Ooh, nice move, Fumitoks. Love this move. Pawn at g3. If you take either way, there's a cavity on f2 or h2. Well before white gets any kind of momentum going on the dark squares here. Fumitoks is straight in there. Takes pawn at h2, king takes knight at g4, king g1, rook at h1, takes queen at h2. It's hard to deal with this one. Pawn at g3, fantastic move. Knight at g4. I like this Fumitoks just keeping the white king in the open. Ooh, 12-10 trying to sneak one in. But yeah, knight f5, that's game over. Queen at e3 is coming. Fumitoks coming back. Down 4-0, but holding strong. Pulling a couple of good wins there. Okay, we're seeing this opening again. So we saw pawn at e5 last time. Okay, knight going to b5 again. Now this time is bishop f4, there's knight d5. What's Fumitoks thinking? What's he thinking here? Last time he had his knight on f3 instead of the pawn on d4. He played pawn at g5. Knight went to d5, he went knight e5. So he doesn't have... Pawn at g5 doesn't make as much sense now because it pushes the knight onto a useful square. Tosha Dev, sorry, it's in blue text. It's a bit weird on my side. Tosha Deva. Oppa Wezen in the chat. That's Shaker90. Okay, bishop f4. We're going to get knight d5 in. Yeah, if you haven't donated to the Candidates Appreciation Fund, yeah, I'm considering we'll tinker with another idea to open up a new way to contribute. So when we have the live matches between Oppa Wezen and myself, we'll also open up the opportunity to contribute to a sort of mini prize pool for the championship match itself. The idea that I like here is that you can, in live time, contribute to a prize pool and basically make the stakes go up for the game. I'll have to confirm it with Oppa Wezen, but I'm thinking something like I don't know, like a 70-30 split of all donated funds as a result of streaming our matches. Ooh, Queen G4. Queen G4 is like a knockout blow. Right there and right then. Ooh, that I would have just taken Queen D2. There was nothing on it for black. Queen G4. Is he not seeing it? Am I missing something, guys? Queen G4 looks huge here. Okay, you're also suggesting Queen G4 in the chat. Queen G4 is like knockout straight away. Like it doesn't matter if you defend the queen. Queen at E1 is mate. He didn't play it. He didn't play it. Well, he's certainly thinking it now. But Queen G4. There was Queen F3. Okay. So he's preparing it with bishop at A5, defending C7. So if now Queen G4, Queen F3 takes, Queen at E1 still works. So there was a defense for white, Queen G4, Queen F3. Okay, knight F3, preempting something like Queen G4. Where you could play Queen E3 after that. Okay, he's pushing back now. So Fumitoks has decided it's better off leaving this knight where it is to be recaptured by the bishop. Is there something sneaky here, like bishop takes, knight at b2, king here, rook takes a2, you can't take it because of d1 queen. Okay, he's gone for c3 instead. Fair enough. Yeah, this is good for black now. Knight takes b5. Yep. So black's up a piece for a pawn, and yeah, white's a little bit off balance. But bishop at c4, nice move. I didn't really see that coming. I thought black was just like winning nearly, but I've called it too soon perhaps. If you go knight d4, I think it's too risky. Bishop takes. Okay. So he covers f7 and attacks e5. Now, this is a good move, pinning the queen, stopping it from taking the rook. Queen at e4, I agree with. Try to get your knight developed, throw the knight at f6. If you had queen at b4, there was knight at c3, that was fine. Last Gallagher, no, I am not a GM. That's a question from Last Gallagher. Um, I've not achieved the title. I got to about 2250 FIDE about half a lifetime ago, and then I didn't actively pursue chess so much after that. Okay, what's he doing here? He just gave up the knight. That was a bit willing, wasn't it? Gave up a fair bit of time too. Yeah, I agree, Vin 2020. It for the viewers, a 70-30 split seems fair. Um, you don't want to make it too close to 50-50. I think it's a good traditional split, 70-30. So okay, we'll make that happen. So I'll uh, I'll set an upper ceiling, which is not to say we'll make the goal, but just to allow people to donate. We'll just set like a goal of like $1,000 or something like that. That'll be a fresh target, which will be takes. Why didn't he take F5? Yeah, I was saying that'll be a fresh target for Oppa Wesson and I to play for. That'll be a prize pool. Call it what you want. Maybe it's what do they call it? Like a championship fight purse or something. That's what they call it in a boxing or UFC match. Look at TwelveTeen, just resourcefully taking the pieces here. But Fumitoks, I thought, could have played bishop takes f5. I don't know if he slipped with pawn at g3 or if it was intentional. But TwelveTeen now has... Ooh... No, he couldn't allow that one. This is seesaw. It's gone one way, then the other. But TwelveTeen very solid back at home. Knight at c3, threatening pawn at e2. Wow, pawn at a7. That I don't think that's going to be fast enough. Pawn at e2. Yeah, nice finish from TwelveTeen, queen at g4. So he goes ahead 5 games to 2. I thought maybe White was doing good after bishop takes f5, and then bishop takes e6 and knight takes e7 was on, and then after that opportunity was missed, black was just too safe. So we've seen quite a few games here today with the center getting locked up. I wonder if TwelveTeen's deliberately doing this just to slow down Fumitoks a bit, play some closed positions. I mean, TwelveTeen would normally like the open positions themselves, but I can tell you when these closed positions open up, fire breaks loose on the board. So TwelveTeen looking to secure the match here if he can win. Bishop at g4, knight f4. I thought maybe this is hanging. You'd have to take with g. Yeah, I was a bit concerned about this move. No, okay, bishop at g6 is nice too. That just hits c2. That's a cold pawn. Yeah, 12-10 in a bit of trouble here, particularly in these block positions. This extra pawn is worth a lot. Yeah, I'm really glad I got to catch this match on live stream. It's been a very interesting game. Heiser Jack, he donates $41. We've made the target. Let's call it there. We're 1 cent off, guys. Heiser Jack, thank you so much for that huge donation, $41, getting us to the target. Okay, let's call it there. We can fall 1 cent short off. I think there was another donation earlier as we were getting towards 1,000. Who was it? Someone had a sense of humor. Blunderman1 donated $9.99, and that got us to $999.99. So we made the target. That's phenomenal. So thank you so much from the Crazy House community. Look, the candidates have appreciated every cent that's been donated, and some have very graciously accepted the funds, and some have even been so good to say, look, actually, I'd like this money to go back into Crazy House. Some of the candidates have donated their funds back. So yeah, I should let you know I've already been distributing the funds to those who are entitled to it. So we've already had 5 players complete their 10 matches, and they are Oppa Wezen, Clearcast, GSVC, Juanet, and Little Plotkin. Out of those 5 that have completed already, Juanet actually said, he actually appreciated all that I've been doing for the channel as well, and he actually wanted to give the funds back to me to put somewhere else into Crazy House. I certainly won't be pocketing any of the candidates appreciation fund myself. If there's any money coming back, it'll go back into the game. There are also a few other players that have not yet finished their games but have already said they'll be donating their money back into Crazy House. So there you have Master Tan, Fumitoks, Sexy and I Know It, and J Killer. They're all entitled to their money, but they've each said that they want the money to go back into Crazy House. So look, I'm thinking it's probably for another tournament or another event. There could be other purposes as well. But yeah, while I've been talking, what happened here? 12-13 threw in a ton of material, but probably too much. Fumitoks is going to make his way back to 5-3 here. Okay, very confidently. So queen at e4, knight and knight e2 was mate. But this also wins. King takes, bishop at g5, queen e4 check is mate. So just like that, Fumitoks is back. It's 5-3. Venomous, 1983. Lars, Venomous, Bughouse veteran from Fix, and I've had the pleasure of meeting Venomous many years ago when he came to Australia. We had a day of Bughouse with Mugwort was there, Bugzilla was there, myself and Venomous, just 4 of us, and we just played each other. Really good to see you, Venomous. Thanks for joining the chat. Haven't forgotten those old good days. Hope we have some more good days like that. Get to play some Bug House again. Alright, yeah, so before I go forward, I was also going to mention J Killer, or JK the Bullfrog himself, not only declined his share of the Candidates Appreciation Fund, but he donated $100 himself. The idea was that the candidates play, and then for all their prep and time, they get some recognition for it. And he instead, he just wanted to give to the channel, wanted to give to the game. So a shout out to JK the Bullfrog for his $100 donation, which was made offline. So I'm thinking, this year and also last year, Fishy Fishy has put down the funds himself for the Crazy House World Championship, and he also puts in his time for organisation. Plus, funds put down for other tournaments during the year. So I'd like to see that with the Candidates Appreciation Fund, of course the players are entitled to take their share. There's no shame in them taking their share of the money, but for those who have been generous enough to give their $101 back to the game, we'll largely see that money go back into more tournaments during the year, or just so that Fishy Fishy is not just funding the money by himself. And to be clear, I don't want the Candidates Appreciation Fund to go towards prize money for the final between Opelwezen and myself. I feel like that's too much concentration of the funds into Opelwezen and myself, and the community could benefit by having some like $50 prize pool events during the year on the weekends. It's fantastic Elite Crazy House Arena is going like it is, with such strength without prize money at the moment, but it's always good just to raise the profile of the game a little bit, raise the stakes. Brings out a little bit of competitiveness in some players to have some money on the line. So look, yeah, I'll get back to the game, but just really appreciative of all the support this year to get to our Candidates Appreciation Fund target, and I just want to assure the viewers that it's all going into Crazy House. So Fumitoks navigating a sacrifice and pawn to d5, and White's done well here because the material's completely balanced, except that White has opened up a gap in Black's position. So Fumitoks should be happy with this one. He's burnt a lot of time on the clock though, and 12-teen's dangerous. 12-teen's always dangerous, but when you got even less time, he'll just pounce on the smallest mistake. He'll make you pay for it. Okay, castles is good and sensible. There's no knight c2. So if Black continues pawn at f3, yeah. No, does this knight come to g4? I don't know if that's worth anything. Pawn at b5? That's a little bit far from the battlefield. I'm concerned for White here. So I guess pawn at b5 is played to try to undermine this and then get knight g4, knight at e5, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if White had any better though. Maybe it's quite reasonable. If pawn at f3, you play king here. So that's nasty. Pawn at g3. Then it was pawn at f3 check, king g1, queen takes e3, f takes, knight at h3, king h1, pawn at g2. Here, queen takes e3 still looks live. There's queen takes c7, but I don't think it works. Bishop e7, you take the queen, knight at h3, pawn at g2 is still mating. I thought queen takes e3 was on there, because if takes, knight at e2, takes, king h1, takes the queen with check, and queen at g2 to mate. Perhaps he had queen takes, f takes, but yeah, I don't know. I thought queen takes c3 was on there. I may have missed something sharp. 12teen's seen it. Or maybe he just didn't want to take the risk. Okay, queen at d6 necessary to hold on to both of the knights. Still plenty of play in the position. Okay, he's gonna... Every pawn counts here. He's not gonna tempt fate. Knight f7, he's losing a knight for free. That looks like a cold blunder. Nah. Oh, Fumitoks. And that's what I'm talking about. That time pressure there just got to him. 12teen takes the win. 6 games to 3. Well done, 12teen. Very nice. Okay, we're playing troll openings, b4, a5, and interesting, he just gave the pawn back here, so nothing opens up on the a file. I think Opperwesen would be proud of an opening like this. I think Opperwesen likes to see nearly like, I'd nearly call them like help openings, where both players have to coordinate to play some weird moves where you'd normally lose material unless you're cooperating. Oh, what's going on here? Nah, Fumitoks has had enough. He's just throwing a bit of material. Rook takes, pawn at e7 is quite natural here. This one will be over quickly. Okay. Yep. This 12teen will make a quick meal of this one. So I'm gonna have to hop off and get a bit of work done before my Monday morning starts at 6:37 a.m. here. Congratulations to 12teen, winning 7-3. He now finishes his Crazy House World Championship cross table here. Whoops. Well, there we have it. So 12teen finishing, and we've got Mynix 1989 donated $1, pushing us officially over $1,111. Thanks for that final donation there, Mynix. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, so let's look at the standings. 12teen will finish on 8 out of 10. A very strong third place, but I mean, yeah, that's phenomenal. I mean, it's been really interesting that Opperwesen, 12teen, and GSVC just finished so far ahead of the rest of the crowd. You've got Little Plotkin being the next finisher. He's done well to finish with over 50% against such a strong field. I think Little Plotkin started by losing his first 3 matches, so he came home with a strong run. 5.5 out of 7 that'd have to put you in. So yeah, well, I mean, 12teen said he needs to set up a PayPal account, but when he does, I'll be sending him his $101, which is kindly donated by you, the viewers, on the Candidates Appreciation Fund. Okay, so if you're just new to Crazy House, we're in the middle of this candidates event, which Opperwesen has now won with 9.5 out of 10. Credits to Baku's for supplying this banner. I'm going to post this link in the chat again. credits to Bakuz for the CWC final poster. Sorry, let me bring it up again. Oppelwesen versus John Lee. So we're going to play 60 matches, or 60 games, I should say, of 3+2 Crazy House. This is the final. I'm the defending champion from last year. Oppelwesen is now the challenger, having won the candidates with 9.5 out of 10. We will play 20 games at a time on each of these dates. November 10th, starting at 6 p.m. GMT, we'll play 20 games of 3+2. It could probably take somewhere between 2 and 2.5 hours. And then we'll do it again on the 17th and again on the 24th. So I think this is a nice tradition. This is how it went last year. TwelveTeen and I played 60 matches, and last year the time control was 3+0. And we did that across 3 separate weeks. We had a 10-all in the first leg, very balanced. Second leg, TwelveTeen absolutely ran away with it at the start. I think he was leading as far as 9-3 against me in our second leg, and somehow I came back to balance that 10-all, and that was really a defining moment that I think many of those who have followed Crazy House will remember from last year. And then, fortunately for me, on the third day, I just kind of edged forward a little bit, and I took that one down 10.5 to 8.5. So last year's result was 31.5 to 28.5. That was the first Crazy House World Championship. This is the second one. So I will be streaming this year. Last year I took a recording and I posted it later, but I think I was also having to play in the candidates, and I was getting used to playing offline. There's some increment this year. I'm quite used to streaming, but I won't be doing commentary, and I nearly feel like it will kind of encourage me to play better, knowing that it's on live stream. It's like you'll have eyes on you, you'll have the expectation of the crowd. I'm only 33, but I kind of say, getting on with older age, being a father. For me, it's about having some fire in the belly, and that'll be a good stimulant for me this year. I know Oppelwesen's made some comment like, "Oh, he's only streaming live this year because it's not TwelveTeen," and that's not the case. If TwelveTeen was the finalist, I would also be streaming. This is, the channel is this is more about the game and not about me or defending the title or something like that, and that's why I've chosen, the time 6 p.m. GMT on a Saturday is really good for a lot of time zones. I've got to wake up at 5 a.m., but I'm kind of used to it, and it'll be great. So looking forward to it. That's kicking off in like less than a week. So we'll be seeing that happen here. I did reach out to Yasser. Unfortunately, he's got a very busy schedule. He's going to be flying to St. Louis. He'll have commentary on some other events, one of which is the Classical Chess World Championship between Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana, which I think we'll all be watching with keen eyes. Just so happens we're kind of going at about the same time, but clearly that's the main event. This is the variant on the side, which is pushing to gain some traction. All right, I'm going to head off. I've got some things to take care of for work quite urgently. Got to get in the shower as well. Thanks for tuning in again, and again, thank you so much for the support, for making us hit the target, the Candidates Appreciation Fund. Big shout out to Heiser Jack, and of course Minix for the last dollar to just push us over. So Heiser Jack with $41 just earlier today. I'm going to leave it there with the poster up. We'll see you at the final. If I don't see you before then, tune in. Be right here. Twitch.tv, John Lee Crazy House. Okay. Take care. Have a good week ahead. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.